From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed. Police in Montreal say 3 men have been injured after a man entered a Quebec mosque carrying a knife. Officers say all 3 men were in their 50s and suffered minor injuries, with one transported to hospital. The suspect entered the Muslim Cultural Center at Chateauguay, Quebec this afternoon. A 24-year-old has been transported to the police station. Police would not confirm whether the knife was used to cause any of the injuries, and an investigation is now underway. Abroad, Hezbollah says a top military official and at least 14 others have been killed in an Israeli airstrike in Beirut.
It was Israel's deadliest such attack on Lebanon's capital since the 2006 war with Hezbollah. The Israeli military says the strike killed Ibrahim Akil, who has been sanctioned by the U.S. for the deadly 1983 attacks on Americans in Beirut. The Israeli strike came after Hezbollah pounded northern Israel with dozens of rockets. The attacks followed this week's deadly explosions of Hezbollah pagers and walkie-talkies attributed to Israel. Amid fears the Gaza war might now spread into a regional one. Sagar Magani, Washington.
The NDP wants the competition watchdog to investigate potential rent fixing by landlords. 2 new Democrat MPs sent a letter to the Competition Bureau Commissioner asking for a probe into whether Canadian landlords have used the same AI software that sparked an antitrust lawsuit in the United States. The U.S. Justice Department filed the lawsuit last month against real estate software company RealPage, accusing it of an illegal scheme that allows landlords to coordinate to hike rental prices. In British Columbia, New Democrat leader David Eby launched BC's election campaign a day early, pledging to fight to make life affordable for people in a campaign where the high cost of housing is expected to be a major issue. Eby's first stop was the Metro Vancouver city of Surrey, telling about 75 supporters gathered at a local farm. The fast-growing city represents the epicenter of the major issues facing the province.
I will continue to be laser-focused on the priorities of British Columbians.
Voting day in BC is October 19th, with the campaign set to officially start tomorrow. And it was the last show for longtime children's TV star Ron Buckshot Barge today, as hundreds of family, friends, and fans attended a public memorial in Calgary. For 30 years, Buckshot and his sidekick Benny the Bear entertained Calgarians with songs, puppets, the birthday book, and his battered cowboy hat. He died last month, and his children Brenda and Ken Barge says they asked people at the memorial to wear red, as most showed up wearing Calgary Flames jerseys. The memorial began at noon, the same time the Buckshot Show would air in southern Alberta. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Blue Jays kick off their final road series of the season today when they face the Tampa Bay Rays. After 3 games in Florida, the Jays will cap the season with 6 games at home. Hockey Canada top executive Catherine Henderson says the organization is headed in a healthier direction since she stepped to the helm just over a year ago. And the NHL's Senators have announced that they have reached a deal with the National Capital Commission to build a new arena in downtown Ottawa. Team President and Chief Executive Officer Cyril Leader says the deal is an important step forward, but there is a lot of heavy lifting to be done before the team can move downtown.
The reports and the studies we need done, we'll need to go through those, and there's just too many parameters, too many variables to predict how long it's going to take. I know it's years, not months, before a shovel goes in the ground.
Leader says the design and costing of the facility are among the next steps for the team. From the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.